Urgent Las Vegas Raiders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Las Vegas Raiders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Raiders fans. You know I'm always here bringing you the hottest updates. And trust me, what's going on right now is pretty exciting. The 2025 NFL Draft has wrapped up, and the Raiders made some interesting moves. But it's not just about what they picked. They've been super active in the undrafted free agent market, and that's where things are getting really intriguing. It's like the team is setting up for a real battle in training camp, trying to find those hidden gems that can turn into key players down the line. So today, I want to walk you through what's happening, what it means for the Raiders, and what we should be keeping an eye on moving forward. First off, let's talk about the draft class. The Raiders brought in 11 new players, and interestingly enough, 7 of those picks are on offense. That shows us that the team is still heavily investing in building that offensive firepower, which has been a focus for McDaniels and the front office. But what's really catching attention is the team's emphasis on defense when it comes to undrafted signings. They seem to be looking for those unheralded players who can add depth, maybe even push some of the veterans, and create that competitive environment we all love. One of the most notable signings is former Minnesota defensive end Jaw Joyner. Now, if you're a Raiders fan, you might already be familiar with his name, but let me give you a quick rundown. Joyner played 5 seasons at Minnesota, but it wasn't until his last year that he really started to make waves. In his final season, he racked up 5 sacks. That's a solid number, especially for someone fighting for a spot on the roster. His best year was actually his 4th, when he hit 5 sacks. But even in his last year, he showed flashes of being a disruptive force. What really stands out about Joyner is his ability to bat down passes. Last season, he defended 7 passes. That's huge for a defensive lineman. It shows he's got good instincts and a knack for disrupting passing lanes, which can be a real weapon in today's pass-heavy NFL. Now, don't get me wrong, Joyner is likely to start on the practice squad, at least initially, but with his past deflections and his college experience, he's got a real shot to develop into a solid rotational player if he continues to improve. The Raiders are definitely betting on his potential, and that's exciting because it means they're looking for players who can develop and contribute in multiple ways, not just rush the passer. Pause here, just for a second, if you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Las Vegas Raiders news to you. It's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. But wait, there's more. The Raiders didn't stop at defensive linemen. They've also added some linebacker depth, which is an area where they're looking to solidify their roster. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, the team signed former Baylor linebacker Matt Jones. Now, Matt Jones is a guy with a lot of experience. 6 years at Baylor, over 60 games played, and nearly 200 tackles. That kind of college experience is precious, especially when you're trying to find guys who can step up quickly in the NFL. Jones isn't the most athletic guy out there, but what he brings to the table is a high football IQ and a proven track record of playing at a high level. In college, he recorded 12 sacks, which shows he's got some pass rushing ability. And he's also very solid in run support. The Raiders only drafted 1 linebacker this year, so there's definitely an open competition for those roster spots. Jones definitely has an uphill battle, but his experience might give him an edge over some of the younger, less seasoned players. It's all about opportunity now. If he can showcase his instincts and football intelligence during training camp, he might carve out a role on that defense. Looking at the bigger picture, this all points to a Raiders team that's not just relying on their draft picks but actively searching for underrated talent that can push the established players and add value in special teams and depth. It's a smart approach because NFL seasons are long and injuries happen. Having a roster full of players who can step in and perform without missing a beat is crucial, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC West. And let's be honest, Raiders fans, the excitement isn't just about these signings. They're about what this means for the upcoming season. The team is clearly building a foundation that mixes youth, experience, and potential. These undrafted signings, like Joyner and Jones, are perfect examples of the Raiders' strategy to find those hidden gems. It's about creating competition, pushing players to be better, and ultimately, setting the stage for a season where everyone is fighting for their spot. Now, I know many of you are wondering, how do these signings fit into the bigger picture? Will they make an impact? Honestly, it's too early to say, but it's definitely something to watch in training camp and preseason. Sometimes, the players you least expect turn out to be the difference makers, especially when they have the right mindset and coaching staff behind them. The Raiders have a talented roster, but it's that extra depth and those young prospects fighting for their chance that can really make the difference in close games. As always, the Raiders are giving us plenty to talk about, and I love seeing the team's commitment to building a versatile, competitive roster. It's clear they're not just resting on their laurels after the draft. They're actively hunting for those players who can help them win now and in the future. Whether it's a pass-rushing defensive end like Joyner or a seasoned linebacker like Jones, each signing adds a new layer to the team's evolving story. And you, Raiders fans, should be excited because this kind of strategic move shows a team that's hungry, smart, and ready to fight for every inch in 2025. And now, Raiders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on these signings? Do you see Joyner or Jones making a splash this season? Or do you think the team might still be looking for that game-changing player? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Las Vegas Raiders. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. This offseason is shaping up to be a fascinating ride, and I can't wait to see how everything unfolds. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Raiders!